Episode 6, Running Point Podcast with Braden Smith with special guest Lance Jones tonight. Braden, go ahead and I guess I beat you to the punch with the introduction. I apologize, but go ahead and introduce your boy here.
No worries. Obviously everybody, Boiler Nation knows who Lance is, and obviously one of my favorite teammates, if not my favorite teammate I've been with in my 4 years, and love to give him a lot of crap. And Lance, thank you for taking the time to do this. I appreciate it. So thank you.
Of course, this is a no-brainer.
Good to have you. Wait, so Braden, I do gotta ask you though, is this the classic we have Lance on, we have a teammate on, and automatically he gets boosted to your favorite teammate, or is Lance up? I might need the early Mount Rushmore of your teammates at Purdue.
Yeah, no, I would have said that off camera, on camera, probably anywhere. But yeah, no, I would say I don't know the order yet, but I would say probably Lance, Fletch, and then probably like Omer.
Omer already making his way up to the Rushmore.
Only because I felt like we've connected a little bit quicker than a lot of other people because I was just there trying to help and help him out while he was here. So those would probably be my top three right now.
Quick impact.
Also, vet move to leave the fourth spot open. You still got to earn it. There's still half a season left. I get it. I see it. We have a fun show planned tonight. We got a bunch of questions for Lance that we will get to. Of course, we have 2 Purdue games to discuss with these guys as well. It's been a while since we last recorded. Before we do get all into that, I just have to selfishly know this. So, Lance, I have no idea if you do or do not. I don't care either way, but I am just curious. Do you have any idea who you are on a podcast with besides Braden Smith right now?
Yeah, I got an idea. Definitely tuned in to some of you guys' work after a couple, losses when I was there. Definitely tuned in, when I committed there. Yeah, so I mean, I got an idea.
You see the jersey of my colleague right now?
Yes, yeah, I heard that. He wasn't on the bandwagon at first, but I kind of had a good couple games, and I'm glad I did though. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad he's on the page now.
Listen, I don't even know how to get this out there besides saying this. Not sure how many haters you had in your life, Lance, but I was kind of at the forefront as your hater when you first went to Purdue. I don't even know how it occurred. I don't know how it happened. Now looking back on it, feel stupid about it. But I made in the haste of one of the episodes, you know what I'm saying? They need to make podcast equipment more expensive. That's why things like this even come out in the first place. I was like, the minute Lance scores 15, I think, was that 15, Greg?
It was 15 points was the bar he set for you, Lance. He said,
yeah, I was like, the minute Lance Jones scores 15 points, I will order a Lance Jones jersey directly from his end. I will make sure the money goes in his pocket. I will have a Lance Jones jersey. If I had the game logs correctly from my memory, I think it was game 2. That happened against Morehead State. So I lost that bet quickly. Have some more questions about Purdue's bookstore because I didn't get this jersey till like the last weekend of the season. I don't really know what was going on with them. But yeah, this is a great jersey. I do rock it from time to time.
Look good.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
There you go. Well, in all seriousness, Lance, it was fun covering your journey in your year at Purdue, and we absolutely were skeptics of yours before we knew anything about you, and that was unfair. So it's very cool to us that you even heard of us at all. It's very cool to have this opportunity to interview you, and hopefully we'll win you over by the end of this episode. So thank you for being here. Let's jump to the Iowa State game. We're going to go in sequential order here. This was the first loss of the season, of course. I think anyone listening to this knows what happened. We don't need to go into gory detail. In fact, I've seen Braden's had plenty of questions about exactly what went wrong and how you feel about it here. So I'm just going to toss it over to you, Braden, here. I mean, you're a week removed from this basically now, 4 or 5 days, and you've got a win back in the column. I'm assuming that boosts morale a little bit, but put yourself back in the despair of whatever happened in that Iowa State game. What was your perspective on what went wrong?
Yeah, no, I mean, like we talked about that night before, like obviously we had a lot of respect towards them and we knew the type of team that they were and what they were going to bring and kind of just giving them, I don't know, just like I said, just like that respect piece of it. And I think for us, like I'm looking back at the game and like I really don't think a whole lot of things went wrong in the first half. Just shots weren't going in, and that's part of it. And Paint always talks about how we got to figure out ways to win if shots are not going in. So that's defensively, and I thought we were okay in the first half, and then just in the second half, I mean they were hitting shots. We weren't. We let the shots that we were shooting that didn't go in kind of frustrate us, and that's not to discredit them at all. They just dominated us, and at the end of the day, we got to live with that and move on with it. And it is what it is. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a basketball game, and it's can happen at any moment, any time, and better now than later. And we'll move on from it and hopefully learn from it.
So Lance, you were in the building for this game, obviously spectating. And what, like from your point of view, tell me about your feelings watching this game and maybe kind of from your viewpoint what you saw in this Iowa State game. Was it just as simple as how Braden put it?
Yeah, I mean, to piggyback on what he said, I think it was just that. Obviously, Iowa State, from the top dog picking up the ball full court to their big men, I think they had great energy coming in. But yeah, I think the first half, I mean, it was a battle. It was what we expected, a top 10 matchup in a great environment. And then yeah, I think a couple shots didn't fall. Iowa State capitalized, got a couple, stops in a row and, just made big play after big play and, kind of just stretched the lead out. But I mean, it happens. It's early in the season. And I know Paint, he was frustrated and stuff like that, but it happens at the end of the day. So I mean, it was kind of what Braden said, just watching it.
Yeah. I mean, once it happens, it happened. What are you going to do about it? And you guys already seem to handle business in the response. So we don't need to dwell too much on it. From our outside perspective, for what it's worth, that's a nasty team too. I mean, I'd say whatever you want. Like there are not many teams that could ever go into Mackey Arena and do that with the way Momcilovic was hitting shots, and obviously Lipsy played, was available through injury. Like that team just earned a lot of respect from me based on what they did. Also, I got to own up to this if we're keeping receipts. Receipt was kept of me by Iowa State basketball themselves. And I'm going to play a quick clip of this, just maybe we can hear the audio. But after this game, Iowa State put like a little cinematic video together. And this is the first 10 seconds of their cinematic intro.
A true freshman point guard from France in Mackey Arena against Braden Smith and the number one team in the country.
Obviously, they cut that up with a bunch of great highlights after, but that was me in the preview saying this is a true freshman in Mackey Arena against Braden Smith. So Iowa State's keeping receipts against us. I guess that is what it is, but I think we earned that because I predicted Purdue by 20, and they were up for the challenge. What can you do?
I mean, good team. It happens, man. Good team, good players. And Momcilovic was on some OD shot making. I ain't never seen nothing like that. That was classic good defense, honestly better offense at that point. He just I mean 6'8" shot maker, it just kind of happens. Also, Greg, just deny that AI's out nowadays. I would completely say that wasn't me.
Yeah, no, not me. No
That was
clue.
not me. That sounds
You
like
know
my
what?
boy.
I'll
That was
blame
me.
Ryan Hammer, who was in attendance, along with Tyrese Halliburton. Like, Braden, whose fault is this? Can we blame Hallie for sitting courtside at this?
Gotta be, right? Gotta be. No, it was cool seeing him though. Obviously just being a fan of him and his game and then obviously, I mean, what type of team Iowa State is, it's gonna be a good one. So
Yeah, for sure. All right, we won't dwell too much in this. I want to ask one just schematic question, and hopefully this feels a little bit different than just the I don't know, the tirade of questions that you got hit with in the last week or so on this. I went back and I think there was Mike LaTulip from the Field of 68 did like a film cut up of the way Iowa State guarded, and it was specifically from ball screen actions, primarily you and Trey, but a little bit of you and Oscar as well, and it was really interesting because they had like two to the ball, but then they almost sent a third guy completely roaming over, almost to just abandon his assignment and then leave the weak side with like one to guard two, almost like a zone concept. It was something like I really haven't seen many teams try to do. So I guess, is that what you experienced or saw in real time? And how did you deal with their ball screen coverage?
yeah, no, I mean, we knew going in that that's what they do. That's just how they guard. And we kind of just tried to get around that, and obviously just trying to make the right reads. And I thought personally, I felt like I did that. Obviously, I had 6 turnovers or whatever it was, but I mean, I felt like at the end of the day, like when I had to and when I had to pass, because they did have 2 people on me with that 5 man, and sometimes even with the force, like my job is to get the ball out my hands and get it to the person with the best chance to do anything with it, and we just didn't convert. And at the end of the day, that's what we had to do, and then obviously play defense, but we just didn't make shots. So
Yeah. This is
Can
interesting.
we switch to the fun stuff?
We can. But I have one more theory. I'm sorry. I dwell on things. So
That is your MO, yes.
it's been a talking point among the Purdue fans that I'm in circles with that they could tell you've been pissed since this game. I mean, that should be obvious, right? Like you're a competitor and you guys got punked. Like why would you not be pissed? But I watched a couple interviews. I sensed it too. And then I watched the first half of Minnesota. I saw that too. Like you looked like you had an edge that quite frankly I don't know I have ever really seen from you. Is that fair to say that this is something that maybe a switch was flipped post Iowa State, or have you just been generally pissed off coming out of that loss?
I think a mixture of both, to be honest. But I think for me, it's just like you got to find a way to respond, especially after a game like that. Like I know I didn't play the best that I could have. I know I didn't help my teammates the best that I could have. So I'm just like, okay, well, after a game like that, how do you respond to the next one? And then understanding that it's Big Ten play, which means that one, like not taking or not saying anything with the Iowa State game, but like that really means nothing. But now that we're in Big Ten play and playing those games, those mean something because that's one of our goals is to win a Big Ten championship. So just understanding that, and just like, okay, well, we had a bad game. We kind of had a slow start on the first half of Minnesota. So I was like, okay, well, we got to find some way to get over this and get this win at home. We can't like have 2 stinkers in a row. So I think for me, it was just trying to be better defensively, guard the ball, and have active hands, and just try to do whatever I can to get people the ball in positions to be successful.
And Lance, obviously you played with Braden for a whole season. Have you ever seen him kind of, get a little bit on edge? I know probably in practice y'all probably had some battles and you were up in him maybe a little bit. Did you ever see him get a little bit of a mean streak to him?
Um,
Y'all was probably goofing around too much given the conversation I heard at the start. Honestly, Paint was probably trying to break y'all up, like sit the two bad kids on the opposite sides of the class. But
uh, I mean, not that I can remember. Um, yeah, no, not that I can remember. I would say March Madness. I think everybody kind of came in with an edge, but like during the season, especially at home, I think we were smacking everybody and came in like with this type of mindset, and I think everybody was on the same page. So not that I remember though.
happy go lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, that's enough negative stuff. We can get to the fun stuff. Minnesota, what a response from you guys. You mentioned it, kind of another slow start and 3-point lead, I believe, at halftime. They did make a little bit of a run at the end of the first half. You had some separation before that, but came out and blitzed them. I believe it was a 19-0 run to start the second half, and all 5 different guys from the starting lineup with a bucket in the first 5 possessions. I mean, that was just a by committee approach right out of halftime. So, just from a starting point, what was said at halftime? Like, was there some sort of message that led to that flip a switch? What was the message when you were up 3 against Minnesota?
Yeah, no, I think we all came in, and I give credit to Omer here, because we had a conversation at the beginning of the summer about holding each other accountable and understanding kind of our roles, and this kind of like opened my eyes a little bit because one, I'm not the best at it at being like a leader in a sense. Sometimes like I let the overly competitive part get out and to where it leads to like a bad body language or I don't know, just something negative. And when I work really hard to try to not do that and to be like the best leader I can be. And so when we got in halftime, Omer's like, and I appreciate that he said that he was holding me accountable because I said that I would want him to hold me accountable, and he did. And he was like, Braden, like you're playing really hard, but like Like when I threw that lob to Daniel, he missed it. I got pissed about it and threw my hands up. And then another one, I came off a screen and tried to hit him on a lob, and it ended up being a turnover. Like it was two back-to-back possessions, and I kind of just had bad body language after that. And he's like, Braden, like you gotta be better. Like we need you to be better because you're our leader on this team. Yes, you are playing hard, and we got to pick that up and be on the same level as you. But you got to understand how you're reacting and how it can affect some of us. And I kind of just sat there and I was like, I mean, like he's right. Like I got to be better. Like that's not something that should be allowed. And like I know Daniel didn't mean to miss it on purpose, and I know Daniel didn't mean to do anything wrong. It just like obviously in the moment, like something small like that feels something bigger because of the time and place that we're playing. So I just give credit to Omer, and he said that, and then Paint came in and just said, guys, like we're getting in the paint, we're getting good shots. I think we were 17 for 24 when we got it in the paint in the first half, and then like 4 for 14 or something. If we didn't get in the paint, so he was just emphasizing getting the ball in the paint and obviously good things happen when that happened, and then just focusing on defense. And I think once we put all together, we finally realized that we can kind of push this lead out and win the game.
Omer being the voice of reason. That's something that I didn't really see coming because I don't know. I mean, obviously we're on the outside looking in here. I feel like there's a lot of things said in the locker room. Also, there's like a lot of things not said. Y'all know like what's going on. Y'all know like things aren't going as well.
Yeah.
So was he calm at halftime or does he honestly in my head Paint can't like get demonstrative or cuss. He just seems like too nice of a guy. Maybe I'm wrong on that one, but like was he just kind of cool, calm, and collected in that moment?
He normally always is. Like
Always.
I really don't think in my 4 years, I think he snapped on us probably 2 or 3 times ever. And that's like cussing, like losing his mind, and he never does. And he's always like process based.
Mm.
Am I saying that right, Lance?
Mhm.
That sound right? Process based or I don't even know. He says so much
Good.
stuff, but
It's good.
like
Is that a painterism? He's got like his own little book of terms, doesn't he?
oh, he does. He's got oh my God,
Oh,
it's unbelievable with the amount of stuff he has.
Need
In
that
his
Paint
head.
dictionary.
But no, he just talks about that and just is like, guys, like we got to be better and we know we got to be better. And obviously yelling at us and being negative obviously isn't going to do anything, you know? So I think he's just really big on that. And then he's huge on analytics and the stats and percentages.
So by the way, you just confirmed this is the greatest scientific breakthrough for me personally ever. The body language PhD is real. Cart, did you just pick up on that?
I mean, we know that body language is real. The fact that you break it down to the level you do is crazy. It's like if someone takes a hard step with their left foot instead of the right foot on the bench, that means they want to leave the program.
I mean, this is just huge. The best player in the country just co-signed the body language PhD mattering in
Well, who
college
body
basketball.
language is a real thing, obviously.
This is the biggest thing ever, though. I've never heard a player be like, my body language matters. And now it does. I've been preaching this for 5 years. The other thing that matters is your defense. Your defense was amazing. And we have a defensive expert, I would say, on this pod. That's Lance Jones. So I want to go to Lance here because what I saw from Braden Smith in that game was pretty impeccable. I mean, he had, I believe, 5 steals, 2 blocks. You were flying around. I said it in our recap. It looked like you almost had 7 or 8 steals that just were like off the fingertips or just out of glance and turned into a turnover anyway. Lance, I feel like when you were on the Purdue team, you were almost like it was like it was said out loud that you were brought in to be the perimeter defense. And when you were on that team, you're with sophomore Braden, sophomore Fletcher, 2 guys that, at least at the time, certainly Cart and I wouldn't have said were known for their defense at that point. So, what have you seen from Braden and I guess this Purdue backcourt in general in terms of how they've defended this year and the growth that he's made in his career since you played with him?
Yeah, no, I think even when I was with Braden, he was a hell of a defender. Kind of before the game, they show stats in Mackey, like when we're warming up of like the steals leader and something like that. And me and Braden would be neck and neck, and I would kind of put it in my head to like try to have more steals than him. Obviously, like I didn't have to do the scoring; we had Zach for that, so I had no problem just being a defender. Taking the pressure off Braden and having him pick up the best player and then run the offense. So I had no problem with that. I think Braden has grown tremendously on defense. He's very active. it's like he sees the play before it happens. He's in the right spot. And then for G and CJ, they've just picked up players full court. They're in the right spots defensively. They're just causing hell.
Yeah, it's impressive to see because I feel like, when I watch you, Braden, on defense a lot, you kind of got like this, or at least in most games, you got like a little free safety to you, the way you guys kind of run defense, because you just got like the instincts, you know what I'm saying? You're able to kind of see where you're going. When I
Mhm.
was watching this Minnesota game, though, I was like, I don't know if like some NBA young boy went on in the head or something like that, but you were picking up full court, like right when they caught the ball. Was that just feeding off the energy of that run at the start of the second half, or like what went into just being like, you know what, F this, I'm gonna pick him up right when he catches the ball full court.
Yeah, I think it was just like a combination of we need it, one, for the energy, and we need somebody to do it because it was kind of dead in there. So I felt like, okay, well, as someone who's played 120 basketball games for Purdue, like I understand what can bring that and how that can help. So I think that was just my main thing. And then I just felt like one, like just games, like every single game, you just try to get better at stuff. And I feel like I can be better at picking up the basketball and containing my guy, and I got to start being more consistent doing that. So I really just think it was that.
You said it was kind of dead in there. I felt that through the screen in the first half. Do you, as a player, like, do you own responsibility in that almost? Like, is it on you guys to perform to get the crowd going? Was there any particular reason that it felt dead in the building in the first half against Minnesota?
Yeah, I don't think it was necessarily dead from a fan standpoint. I was meaning more like our team.
Okay.
Like we didn't come out how we should have, especially after what happened last time we were at Mackey. And I think maybe part of it was just at the beginning of the game, obviously, like the fans, like we just got our ass whooped. So there's not a whole lot to cheer about if you just lose by 35 at home. So I think that mixture with us just not being ready. And I think we don't ever try to show up and not be ready, but I just felt like it was just a slower start. So I feel like it was a mixture of a couple different things.
Can I do my call to action on this video, Greg?
Please.
So I did it on the other video. I think the paint crew needs to get meaner. I'm not gonna lie. I think people feel too welcomed in there. I'm not saying, overstep those boundaries, but I need a little something else. Maybe a cuss word here or there. Make people feel uncomfortable the minute they step on the floor. They're loud, don't get me wrong. Decibel meter goes crazy. I'm all for that. But you know what? I need a little bit more challenging of the other team. I think that'll set the tone right away. You know what? I gotta get one or the other. Either Jacobson getting the buzz cut or this happening needs to happen, I think, in order for things to get going in Mackey a little bit.
100%. I
Mm,
agree.
it's fair. You also like, I mean, I don't know, just speaking for us, Car, like Otts is a likable coach. Like Nico Medved, how angsty can you get at Nico Medved? Like good Shaka Smart's
If,
coming to
if
town this
you're if you're a
weekend.
true hater and instigator of violence, it's very easy.
I guess
You
that's
can
true.
find a way. How many players are on the roster? There's 15 players. There's staff members. There's GAs. Make them feel uncomfortable. Tell them their shoes look weird. We gotta get some personal attacks involved here to make people feel uncomfortable.
Okay, well, Carter is available for consultation, paint crew if needed.
Um,
Braden, I want to discuss the ridiculous stat line you had: 15 points, 12 assists, 6 rebounds, 5 steals, 3 threes, 2 blocks. Opta Stats had this today. In the last 30 years, the only other basketball players to do this: LeBron James and Luka Doncic, and now Braden Smith. I mean, that's any NBA player, any college basketball player to ever record that line in a game. It's pretty ridiculous. I mean, that alone means you're the only college player to do that, and those two names are obviously insane. Do you like obviously you have milestones to chase down over the course of a career. This is one game. As any of these sort of pass by, do you ever just step back for a second and realize how crazy something like that is?
No, not at all.
Not at all. It's just
not
like
even
another
not
day.
not even not even like a little wee. I mean, LeBron and Luka's a crazy group to be in. Not even a little wee bit.
No, he doesn't.
Like
And
literally not at
looking
all.
back on it now, bro, with me being out of college, I want you to look back on your accomplishments. Trust me.
I just feel like, like it's always you're competing and you have so many goals that like if like one like little one happens or something small happens, it's like I don't know. Like I'm like I have another one that I have to get to.
Is
Like
that
that.
just
Okay, that's cool. I got another one. Like that
it,
type of.
Lance? Is this just like you, old head, mature vet now? Like I can see it. I'm 2 years out of it now. That's cool. Like, is
Yes,
that the perspective on this?
yes, 1,000%, 1,000%.
Like I think if I'm like 33, like Lance is, then I'll start to understand,
33 is crazy.
and I'll have that
Crazy,
understanding then.
crazy.
But I'm just messing. But no, like genuinely, I think it's cool, obviously. But I mean, like at the end of the day, last game we got beat by 35, so I have that sitting in my mind rather than me comparing a stat line with LeBron and Luca.
No, bro, it's amazing. It's amazing. But you know I'm a huge
Amazing
fan
though.
of you. You know I'm a huge fan of you anyway. Yes, winning a national championship would be amazing. Yes, I already know you were going
You
there.
already knew the
But
answer.
you got to take baby steps, bro.
We got some
Wisdom.
baby steps. Big Ten championship.
For sure.
Win
For
the
sure.
rest of these games. That's our baby steps.
For sure.
That Lance wisdom is different. I love to hear it. Speaking of,
Also, wait, Cart, they're doing the thing you and I have done for 5 years as Sleepers Media. I'm the guy that's like, we got to celebrate moments, and you're the guy that's just head down. No, we don't.
because our moments aren't that cool. Like I think God knew to make me a Division III basketball player. Because if I was Braden, I'd be changing my Twitter bio to involve. If this is the group I'm in, according to I would have tagged Optastats too and let them know what group I'm in. They knew not to put me in that situation because I'm not able to handle that. Speaking of the history though, look up at the scoreboard. I try to tell everybody to calm down because I got this thing in my head. I'm superstitious. Once somebody first brings up that you're going to get a triple double or you're on quadruple double watch, Robbie Hummel brought it up on the broadcast. I was like, it's over. Everyone just calm down. Don't bring it up. And you come up short on it. Who do we have to speak to just let you in for a little extra 3 minutes? Is it Paint? I'll write a hand. I'll talk to Paint. I'll write a letter to PJ. Who do I need to contact in order to keep you in? Maybe just a couple more minutes to get those rebounds.
I think it'll be Paint. That'd be probably 1A. But I think 1B could definitely be PJ.
All right, I'll send two. I'm gonna send them by Raven. I'm gonna write it with a little feather too, a little ink. It's gonna be official. I'm gonna stamp it. It was right there. We had it. I thought it was gonna happen.
I was trying. I actually we have this sheet after every game about like how many times you box out. And like so I think I was like 17 out of 23 and it was like in the red. And so like I was like, yeah, well those last ones, like I'm trying to just run and go get those last four
There
rebounds.
was
And I
no
was like,
box out. It was see ball, go get ball.
yeah, I was like, I'm just trying to go get it, man. Like if I get close, I'm not boxing out. I was like, I'm sorry. Unless
There,
obviously it's a close game and it's different, then like obviously I have to. But
there was a second I thought you were going to get there with steals in this game, and the broadcast started putting quadruple double graphics up. And then I'm getting tagged on Twitter from like 7 different people, like, don't say anything. I'm like, that's saying something. Don't tag me with 10 minutes left in the game. So listen, you have look, you have 3 full months left, right? 3.5 months almost. Hopefully more if this goes all the way to April. Like, it's got to happen. Like, is this, you have
I mean,
zero triple doubles in your career? It's got to happen once, right?
it has to.
Has
Has
to.
to. If it does, I'm gonna be honest. That might piss me off.
That'll do. I mean,
Because
yeah. I
I
mean,
think I've been there probably like 15 times where I've been one away.
right.
Yeah.
You're in the category of like mess around and get a triple double. Like you're there. You don't got it. Like you are there. You're right there. I had the games listed that Paint took you out about 15 minutes. I'm like, come on, man, it's 2 rebounds. Throw it off the glass like Ricky Miles or was it Ricky Davis? Throw it off the
Yeah.
glass and throw it to yourself one time.
Also, I knew there was a downside though to bringing in Oscar. I mean, like, damn, few rebounds went away the moment we did that. So I got a bone to pick with Payne on that. But all right, for another day, we'll continue to document Braden Smith's chase down of the triple double. I am contractually obligated to ask this question: is the hand okay?
Yeah. I sprained a ligament, I guess, in my hand. I don't know. I'm fine. It's a little bruised. Will be all right.
Saw some wincing. There was a lot of this going on. It's the left hand.
Yep, left hand. It was just sore, and I practiced today. It was fine, and I obviously played the game. So I don't normally sit out a whole lot. I mean, my senior year of high school and junior year, I played on a broken foot. So
Played on a broken foot.
yeah, I broke my fifth metatarsal. So it's like the outside. So like this is your foot. It's like this part of your foot, the outside. I broke that bone, and it was like completely snapped in half. And yeah, I played my junior and senior year.
You wait, remind me, you did win Mr. Basketball, right?
Yeah, my senior year.
So do you ever add it on to Fletch that you won Mr. Basketball over him with not even with a broken fifth metatarsal? I feel like that's got to be something you got to throw in there at the end. Like, yeah, I beat you out for it with a broken foot, something like.
No, I've never said nothing to him.
Hey, keep it in the back pocket just in case Fletch
I
wants
got,
to get
I got.
it. I got you.
All right, one last question on the Minnesota performance. So I thought I saw this on the broadcast. You can tell me if I'm wrong, or maybe you just didn't hear this, but I think we could visibly see lip reading Matt Painter say the words "run the effing play" to someone in the middle of the second half. It was after the big run. You guys were already up 20 something. You had just checked out. So I'm forgetting who else was on the bench with you. I think you and Trey may have both been out
I
here.
think Fletch was out too.
I think it was the big three were all out at this point. My interpretation of this was that that was directed at the one and only Omer Meyer, who has already received some praise on this episode. So is my suspicion correct? Do you have any thoughts on Matt Painter telling someone to run the effing play?
I don't. I actually have no clue what you're talking about, but I would assume it's probably Omar. That if it's anybody, it would probably be him. So I mean, I saw a stat that like when he's in, he shoots at like 45% of the time. I give him a hard time about it. I'm like, dang, dude, like you
Omer,
all right?
Omer got a little non-swing the right, little Michael Porter. I'm like, I know he hangs out with you a lot. It seems like he's hanging out with Fletcher maybe a little bit more the way he don't swing that rock.
I know, I know. We got a lot of them on our team now, so
That's what we used to accuse Lance of.
I still accuse him of that.
Lance, salute you for real. Like you came in there. You said, I know you came in there to play your role and do the. I know you talked about the defense, something like that, but also I feel like in your head, yeah, it also could be Lance time right now. There's a lot of space right here. Let me go ahead and get one up.
Yeah, I can be honest with you. So when I first got to campus and stuff like that, I was with PJ because I didn't have in-person classes. So I was at the office a lot trying to learn the plays and stuff. And PJ was like, bro, we didn't bring you here to be a point guard. We got one of them. We didn't bring you here to be the top scorer. We got one of those. We came for you to be you, put the ball in the basket when need be, and play defense. I was like, oh, bet. That's easy. that's easy. That's a walk in the park. And then playing with Braden, all I got to do is sprint. Either Zach's getting the rebound or Braden's getting the rebound, and I'm running. Easy points.
What a life.
Beautiful. You're taking me and all Purdue fans back. It's a good segue. Let's get into the Lance Jones stories portion of the episode. So, Lance, take us through the decision to come to Purdue. Like, what was your transfer decision even like? What was the recruitment like? Why was it Purdue?
My recruitment, it was pretty busy. I think the first couple hours I entered the portal. Couple high major schools, couple mid major schools, but I think the night was winding down, and I just happened to check my Twitter DM. I never really checked my Twitter DM, and Coach Lusk he DM'd me saying that they were looking for an older point guard, versatile combo guard, and he was like, if you have like any questions and want to talk more, like I'm here to talk. So I was like, oh, bet, like if I get this offer, I'm going immediately, no matter like what the past had held, like you know what I'm saying, like what went before me. So I kind of got in touch with them, and then I was in class and Painter called me. I left in the middle of class, answered Painter's number, answered his phone call, and he just said that he wants to get me down to campus, that he was going to LA with Zach for the National Player of the Year stuff. So I went down like as soon as possible. And like I knew with it being basically 2 hours and 15 minutes away from Evanston, where I'm from, where Northwestern is, I knew like it was a no-brainer because I'm a big family person. And to have my family at my game and stuff like that, it just means everything to me. So I kind of knew that I was going to go there. Like before I even went on the visit, it was kind of destined.
So you felt it from the way. So you say you're from Evanston, Illinois?
Yeah, yeah.
So was were Collins and them making calls to you? They was right in the backyard. Oh, thumbs down. I forgot Northwestern's a little bit of a source. So I didn't know he was getting a thumbs. I'm like, it's right in the backyard.
But even if they were like, I don't think I would have done it just because it's literally home.
Yeah.
Like it's like I can ride my bike to Northwestern's campus, so it's kind of like it's to home. And I think this was the perfect home away from home situation for me.
I feel that. So I mean, you're there for 1 year, and I even bring it up now. We were talking about how Oscar came in this season, and I just noticed right away, like the fan base loved him. He's like, I love everything about Mackey, and I think the exact words I said were, I think this fan base is gonna fall in love with Oscar just like they fell in love with Lance. Like it was like it felt like love at first sight for Mackey fans and for Purdue fans and people in Mackey for you. Did it feel like that to you? Because it truly, like, thinking that you were only there for a year with your impact and kind of how Purdue has embraced you, how you love Purdue, you would think you've been there for 4 years. So, like, do you feel that love and that connection to the university, even though you were only there for a year?
Oh, for sure. I feel it when I was there. I felt it when I was there, and I still feel it now when I go to games. I mean, the community, the fan base, like everything about Purdue is just an A plus for me. Like I love that place, like with all my heart. It's the best life. It's the best year of my life that I've ever had basketball wise, and I don't think I took it for granted. To be honest with you, I think it went by too fast. If I'm being honest, if I had more time there, like obviously I would have enjoyed it. But yeah, I'm forever in debt with Purdue for sure.
I think fans feel the same way to you because you're basically the most beloved Purdue 1 year guy that I've ever seen. The Lance Dance has taken on a life of its own. Can we get the official backstory on how the Lance Dance happened? Was this completely natural, organic Lance Jones just dancing on his own with the student section?
Yeah, so I think I first saw it. I think I went to a volleyball game or something when I first got there, and saw them doing it one time, and I think I went with Fletcher, and he was like, "Oh yeah, like they do this at our games too, like at the start of the second half." And I was like, "Oh okay." And then like during the season, I don't know, like I just kind of caught the vibe and just started doing it. And Abe, he recorded it after halftime of U of I. I mean, yeah, U of I. And I think I woke up the next morning and my social media had completely blown up. So then I kind of felt like obligated to do it after that. And then I tried to get Braden, Fletcher, and Zach to. I tried to get them to do it with me on senior night. Just
No go.
no go,
That's
no
his thing, man. That's it. That's his spotlight.
no go.
That
Is
video, I still see that video every once in a while. Like I feel like accounts post
Yeah.
that at all times. I feel like I saw someone posted a Purdue offer and they posted that video with it. So like
Really?
you are like forever in Purdue lore for that. Also, I want to give credit to you because that was in that moment, you couldn't mess up, right? Like if you mess that video, if you do like I don't know, I don't even know what it is, like one too many pumps this way or something like that, video's over. But you executed in that moment, you realize that moment. I gotta commend you on that.
Yeah. It's I think it's my thing obviously now, and Braden still gives me shit for it, but maybe he'll do it one of these times.
Yeah, wait. So is this Braden Smith admitting that he can't dance? Is that
Mm.
what this is? Or why, Braden,
Oh,
why
I
is this a
can't
no-go
dance.
for you?
No, I can't dance. No, but it's just I give Lance crap because every time he comes back to games, he's like, "Man, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it at halftime. I'm not doing. I'm gonna go sit in the locker room or sit down. I'm not gonna do it." And then we're coming out warming up, and here he comes around the corner just peeping, ready to do it. And I'm like, "All right, bro, like, come on." And I'm
Well, I
like,
did it with
I'll give
Iowa
him
State
crap.
because I feel like y'all needed the energy. You know what I'm saying? I feel like y'all needed the crowd behind y'all to start off the second half the right way.
He
Yeah, that's
likes
the thing. I mean, to defend Lance Jones, he probably watched the first half against Minnesota. It was like, I got to get the crowd up right now.
He's like, I gotta do what I got. Hey, if I can't get out there and they won't do it, hey, why not? I'll make it happen.
Exactly. I mean, I told Brady after Iowa State, man, I'm like, damn, like I wish I could have been out there with you. You know what I'm saying? Just I don't know, just games like that. Like I wish I can go out there and still play with them.
Yeah, well,
Lance, how different does Iowa State go if Lance Jones is in a Purdue uniform?
Man, I don't want to say anything. I don't want to say anything. I think different. I think just because of the type of person I am. I think me and Braden got that connection. Uh, yeah, I don't know. I think it goes different. That's my biased opinion, but hey.
well, with everybody coming back nowadays in college basketball, I don't know if you want to flip over some tires a couple places. You might be able to mess around and get another semester. I don't know how. I mean, everybody's coming back
I
nowadays. It
know it's
seems.
crazy. I know I can find another year somewhere.
I'm just saying, if you want to go down that avenue, go ahead. So we gotta shift a little bit to some Painter talk here. Your 1 year with Painter. Do you got any, I don't know, like funny, wild, like Coach Painter stories, or maybe like your first interaction when you were with Painter, or just like any crazy Coach Paint stories?
I think, yeah, when I got there in the summer, um, and he was kind of breaking down like the whole offense and stuff and how we're going to run it, the plays and stuff. Because we had to start practicing kind of plays early since we did our Europe tour.
Mm.
So he was explaining something and it just got to the point like where it was just gibberish in my mind. Like I was looking at him but couldn't make out or didn't know what he was saying. And it was like I was like, yo, PJ, just break it down to me just in a little bit easier way. And he was like, yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? He's just saying a lot, but actually you do this, this, and this. And I was like, okay, that's easier. So like he explains everything in depth and but it gets to be a lot sometimes and you kind of forget like what you're supposed to do. But it was definitely the hardest offense that I've been a part of. Easily. With the plays and everything, the terminology quiz that we had, I didn't do good on that. Yeah, it was.
What, there was a quiz?
So a little backstory. I have a picture of PJ's play call sheet, and this was like I think our sophomore year, junior year. I took a picture of it, and there was like 215 plays on it, and that's not even all of them. And we've
Yeah.
already added like different like families, like boxes of family, like swivels. We just called one, but here I'll try to look one up. I'll tell you, like there's like some that's like 8 to 10 words in it, and each word has like a meaning. So when he's saying like when we had to take that test of the um
Terms.
yeah the terms, it's just like you actually got to know them because each one has a meaning of something.
Wait, also tell me that Braden Smith just keeps his playbook of 220 plus plays right in front of him at all times.
That would
I
be crazy if he does
I
that.
have
That
it
would be
on phone.
crazy.
Is that what's happening right now? Like he's
Yeah,
just like, oh,
I'm
let
gonna
me
find
check
it.
right here.
I'm
That'd
gonna
be crazy.
I don't have the right here, but I'll find it.
Yeah, no, but this quiz was after a 6 a.m. walkthrough of plays. Um, yeah, you do 6 a.m. walkthrough of plays, and yeah, everybody space out and do a quiz of the plays, and I got the quiz, and I was just like, whoa.
So Braden's on year 4 of this. You were there for 1 year. You made a national championship run in your 1 year. By the time you got to the national championship game, you said at the beginning of the year you like this was a lot.
Mhm.
How many of the 220 plus plays did you have down by the national championship game?
Okay, so I'm gonna be honest with you. So
Found it.
depending on the team, we kind of we have certain type of plays just depending on how teams guard. So we choose a handful of plays and kind of just focus on those and go on those. And anything after that is kind of like a drop of paint. Like he draws it up in the timeout. So by the time we got to the natty, I was good, more than good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll say a play for you. It's called G4 change through Butler gut oh no blast.
Okay. See, I don't
And
know.
he's got that on the board. So we have a bunch of different like series. So like there's a G series, a slash was one at the time, slot, box,
What in the John
swivel,
Gruden is this? This
Pro, the
YS
pro,
banana
Phoenix.
jet sweep. Are you gonna start? I mean, Lance, they probably could hook you up with one of them little quarterback wristbands. You could have hit the quick little peek on. Oh, that's crazy.
If you can see it. But yeah, no, we
That's
got a bunch
wild.
of
yeah, no, it's a lot. It's a lot.
And you came in right. So are there consequences for failing the quiz? Like what even happens in that moment? Or is it just
I
like,
wouldn't say there is. No, I think it's just more like you just got to get in and spend more time of actually knowing. Or Paint will be like, okay, well, if you can't take the time to know the plays, and you're not playing.
Yeah. And see, me, I had the luxury. I had no in-person classes. So every day I'm shooting with our GA and then I'm immediately going up to the office to watch film with PJ and learn the plays and the terms.
What's the terminology for ISO Lance?
Allie.
It,
Allie,
it was every time, anytime he touched the ball.
5-5's got it.
I
Get
five got it. You know,
back on
going up, I
defense.
was getting back,
Get back on defense.
get back to set up the defense. 'Cause it was going up from 40.
And
But like
so,
with the
so
offensive terms, though, we have defensive ones too. So keep in mind, we have like two. I'd say
Yeah.
we probably have close to like 250 to 300 plays, probably, right? Probably
wow.
something around that. Counting out of bounds, side out of
Yes.
bounds,
Yes.
press, ATOs,
Yes.
all that stuff. So I would say we're probably around that. But like once you kind of get the terms down, it's simple. Like
Yeah.
it's super simple. But there's defensive terms as well.
Wow.
And obviously
So,
different coverages. So I'd say probably total, we're probably 400, 450 terms.
so in conclusion, when Paint says Omer, run the effing play, there's a lot going through his brain, it sounds like.
100%.
Yeah. Okay.
Homer could have looked at Payne and said, "Which one, dog?"
Yeah.
Like,
Like, and it's difficult sometimes. Like, I give PJ a hard time because he shows everybody else the board before he shows me sometimes. That's why I always try to look. Like, if they're shooting free throws, I always try to get it before because I'm getting pressured 94 feet every single time. So, dribbling with trying to read a whole paragraph is hard sometimes. So, I like to give PJ crap sometimes about it and just be like, dude, like, come on, I need to see it, man. Like, I'm getting pressured full court by a good defender.
That's wild. I mean, anyone listening to this is like, oh, imagine like it must not be that hard to play at Purdue. No, it sounds very hard to play at Purdue. There's a lot that goes into this. Okay, Braden, in previous episodes, I feel like we've talked about this a little bit, especially when we had Omer on as a guest too, where you started as a freshman, you immediately took the reins. Even thinking back to that roster the year before Lance got there, like there were vets on that team, and I'm assuming you came in, sort of won the job, and it became okay, like this changing of the guard. This is our backcourt, me and Fletch. And I feel like in the 3 years since, so much of this has been about complimenting you guys, building a roster that fits your needs, fits what you want. So, when we had Omer on, we talked about like the discussions of I'm not trying to come in and step on your toes, those types of things. I'm imagining what it must have been like, as Lance tells the story of the phone calls for him. You weren't the preseason national player of the year at that point. You were coming off a loss to a 16 seed. You were a freshman, soon to be sophomore. And I mean, just to quote Lance, like they're making phone calls for a point guard. So, like, what exactly was your perception of the Lance Jones recruitment? Was this almost positioned as like knowing you guys were going to play together? Were you guys almost competition on paper when Lance showed up that summer? What was your perception of it?
Yeah, no, I think actually when he went to visit, I wasn't even there. And
Yeah,
I think Fletch was there, wasn't he?
Fletch was there. Fletch was there.
So I'll say Fletch met you, and then he texted me because I don't remember where I was. I think I was either at home or just
Yep, we're at home. I
vacation.
went on Easter break.
Yeah. Okay, so then I was at home, and Fletch texted me. He's like, "Oh, like you'd actually really like Lance. Like he's a good dude." And I was like, "Well, obviously, like I assume he's a good guy. Like Paint recruited him, so like I don't think he'd be like bad or whatever." But like deep down, I always knew that like even before he came, like I was like, "Well, one, you got to compete with me," and
For
that's just
sure.
how I am as a competitor. I'm like, whoever it is, you're gonna have to fight with me. I don't think a lot of people are gonna win that battle, just because that's just how I'm wired. Like I'm like, okay, well, anytime I'm compared or I gotta compete with somebody, okay, well then I'll just go show you why I can win that. And but then as time went on and like we were in the summer, like me and Lance were against each other. Like it was he was on one side, I was on the other. We were competing barely got to play together a whole lot. So like that's just how it was. And I was like, I mean, obviously he's an unbelievable defender, and it made it difficult for me. But then like I was starting to go through, and like a moment like switched in my head. It was like during the summer. I was like, what if he actually like starts? And like we all play together, and like he's like the main defender because like he can dribble, he can go make a play, he can shoot the basketball, and he can also guard the best player. Like we need somebody that is gonna guard the best player, and obviously you probably don't want me doing it. So like I was like that's probably why we got him because like and then they were also telling me like about Lance before he committed and came, just like who he was, like how he was you were what the defensive player of the year in your conference.
No, all defensive team.
Okay, all defensive team. I knew it was one or the other. So I was like, okay, well, obviously he's good at defense if he's one of those. So I just knew that once the summer started clicking and he started to kind of fill out the plays and have an understanding of our offense and in defensive principles, it was kind of destined for us to play together.
Fletcher
There was
real.
one drill where you kicked my butt. Do you remember it?
No,
The Suns drill.
the which one?
Suns drill. Where the guards pick up full court. We got to box out. I didn't box you out. You got to
Oh, it's a,
rebound.
it's a one-on-one box out and then you push it and play 5-on-5.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, I do remember that. Yeah,
Yes, yes.
that's
Were you,
funny.
were you in that moment? Like, I guess I do gotta ask, like, with the preconceived notion, like coming in, like, what were your thoughts about Braden? Like, have you seen him play like before? Like, did you have? I don't know because honestly, at this time, Braden, going back to your early years, like it was everyone's fun thing to doubt you, right? Like think, oh, he's good, but like what's he? I could throw it into Zach Edey. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of that going on there. Lance, like, what were your like preconceived notions coming in?
Um, I think when I was first guarding him and he came off a ball screen, I think he quick hit to Zach, or he came off a ball screen, didn't have nothing, quick hit to Zach, came back off of it. Like Braden's like he's fast, he never stops moving. And just the way he just read the game, like I was like, oh shit, like this would be easy for me. I got Zach in the post and then Braden organizing the offense. Like all I gotta do is just be ready to catch and shoot. Like this is easy. Whenever Paint let us play together. Mind you, in the summer, I don't think we played together one time.
Yeah, not a lot.
I think maybe right before the first couple games when me and Braden kind of first started playing together.
Start of school, probably. Yeah.
Even leading up to it, like I don't even think I think our first practice together or something was like leading up to Arkansas, if that maybe.
Yeah, it might have been. Yeah, the
Like
exhibition.
I never played with him. Never. I was always having to pick him up full court, and it was hell. It was hell.
I'm glad you mentioned Arkansas. That was the exhibition that year, right?
Yeah.
So, can you guys confirm the conspiracy theory? There are people online that believe Matt Painter or Purdue or whoever you want to call it, it's become a curse. If you play the exhibition game against Purdue, the team will win it because apparently you guys don't scout exhibition games or something. You've lost your exhibition game 3 straight years, and then that team that beats you in the exhibition goes on to have like the year from hell. Like that, apparently that happened to Arkansas, it happened to Creighton, and now I guess it's happening right now to Kentucky. Obviously, things could turn around, but what what exactly is the exhibition curse of going up against Purdue? Because nobody beats y'all like this in the regular season. Are you going to tell me Braden's career is just ending winless in exhibition games?
No, I honestly think it's hilarious when people overhype an exhibition game because like we really don't scout it at all.
At
Like
all. Like at all.
at all. Like it's a normal practice. Like we're doing three-man weave with two shots on the sides and going through sets and that's it. And that's what we're doing and going over our defensive, obviously just what we're gonna do and principles, just the normal stuff if certain things happen or certain actions. But I just think it's funny. Like everybody loses their mind over it.
Yeah.
Guys, it's an exhibition game. Like to be honest, like it's not even that big of a deal. Like
I
we're
can't
going out playing with a new team. Yeah.
I can't believe people out there react to exhibition games. That's just I couldn't believe
No.
it.
Crazy
I
world.
can't think who would even think to do something stupid like that.
Crazy world, yeah.
Crazy world we
No,
live in.
no, but I think it is funny, but it is also weird how that has happened.
It
And
is.
obviously, like you said, like Kentucky obviously can change around, but it is weird how that's happened 2 out of the last 3 so far.
Well, my thing is like, okay, even if you don't scout, even if it is totally meaningless and y'all are running whatever layup Mike and drills before this, fine. Like, I don't care. It's still hard to beat y'all, isn't it? Like, I feel like
Yeah.
you could not scout at all and come out and it's still Braden Smith, Fletcher Lawyer, Trey Kaufman-Renn, 2 years ago, Lance Jones, Zach Edey. Like, I'm stunned anybody's beating you at any point, let alone this. So, Cart's right, hand out. We put Kentucky #1 in our poll after they beat y'all because I
Well,
thought they were nasty because I
don't
watched
say.
that
Hold
game.
on a second. What's this we talk?
You're right. When I say we, I submit the work and then you just get your name
Yeah,
in.
I showed up. I was just as surprised as everyone else was.
Right.
It is what it is. Oh, Lance,
Yes,
we
sir.
talk a little bit about TKR on this podcast. Just like to me, he's the most interesting man in college basketball. So I need to know, do you have any good TKR stories from your time? We had Omer on here, and I don't want to butcher his story, but it was something involving a jar of pickles.
Yeah.
So I need some TKR stories from you.
Yeah, no, I think TKs are definitely I think he's definitely a strange individual. I think I'm trying to think of a story though. That's appropriate.
Appropriate is crazy.
um, I don't know. I know me and could I say about the warm up after the natty, Braden? You remember that? The warm
Mm-mm.
up for the natty and then on the plane right back. I don't know. I don't know. I can't think of a specific moment, but he's very. I just know he's one person that I know that doesn't walk around with his phone.
That
Um,
is true.
And there was a time I asked him, I was like, Trey, like, what if something's important? Like, why don't you walk around with your phone? He said, man, I live in the real world. And I said, well, what if Payne or something texts you? He said, if they need me, they know where to find me. And like, I mean, Trey's always at the gym, always at the gym. He's in the locker room or he's like on the court. So like, I mean, he made sense, but to have a grown young man like walk around with like without his phone is it's kind of crazy nowadays. But yeah, he doesn't. He was the only person that I knew that just would faithfully walk around with no phone and
I
say
was
he's in the real world.
I was close, G. I was close. I said he didn't. I said he didn't have a cell phone because he said the cell phone towers would track him. That was my theory. But I guess he's just raw dog in life with no phone.
Yeah, yeah, no, yeah,
Bro, he's
yeah,
actually like no joke, like one of the funniest people probably on the team.
easily,
Like he's actually like hilarious.
yes,
It's actually like funny listening to him because like obviously our first probably I'd say 2.5 years playing together, like he was just really quiet. And I'd say probably our junior year, start our junior year, he went on like a retreat with his workout guy that he works out with and did like a mental like a mindset kind of thing. Like, and he went like with, I think Will Berg went with him too, and they went and like did like camp and stuff, just getting away from like the real world, kind of in a sense, and just going about like working out and like he's also probably one of the hardest workers I know as well, which is like
oh,
unbelievable. Like it's unbelievable. Like he was working out like 5 times a day going into our junior year. Like
Jeez.
he'd like work out in the morning. We'd have a lift, a team lift, and then we would have pickup or something. And he's like, yeah, like I got a workout after this. I got to hustle too, and I got one tonight. I got to go back to. And I'm like, Trey, like, godly, and like I was like, that's impressive, dude. So like obviously that's credit to him as well, and all the work that he's put in, and that's why he is who he is today. And obviously I think now like once you get to know Trey, he's obviously a lot like he's a lot more like open and talkative compared to how he used to be, which is like also cool to see because like I felt like that's kind of like what changed him was that little mindset. Like I don't even know, like it's honestly kind of like a camp.
yeah,
My dog went on a darkness retreat. He went on his Aaron Rodgers. Said he got
like
to get his
like a
mind right.
retreat kind of, yeah, no, but like he came back and was just all like I don't know, just like talking to us, joking. Like I'm like, whoa, like all right, Trey,
What y'all
like
do with Trey at that camp, man?
all right. No, it's like he doesn't have his phone ever, but which I find is crazy, obviously, just because like I always have my phone with me, but we always give him a hard time with that too.
I'm also going to take that as an explanation for Will Berg's just last year, like on a darkness retreat with Trey Kaufman-Renn, and that here we are, here we are. Okay, so Lance, give us your favorite Purdue memory. You made a national title run. That's obviously hard to beat, but is there any one particular moment you look back on that is just above the rest?
nah, I think just the whole season. I think just the whole season. I don't know. There's obviously making the natty, but I think just the whole season was. I didn't really know what to expect. Obviously, I didn't know I was going to come in and play that much, let alone start. But yeah, I think the season after, especially what I dealt with going into that season with my dad and stuff, I think that was kind of like I don't know. That season was just like the best ever. Like when I come back and visit and I stay with Fletcher or something, like we always watch games from our year. I don't know, just the whole season in general. There's no one moment that I can personally put on it. But I think the whole season, man.
You mentioned your dad. Could you explain, like, obviously, for anyone that doesn't know what you went through, and like, what was that like emotionally, given that that happened so close to your arrival to Purdue?
Yeah, no, it was a emotional roller coaster for me. I think that was like the closest I've ever felt to some guys in a short amount of time, being with them, Braden and the rest of the team. Yeah, so my dad, like I went on my visit, my dad, he had a seizure like while painters talking. Um, so it was crazy. Like I didn't really know what to expect. I left out the room and stuff like that. And then I wasn't really at Purdue in the summer, to be honest with you. Like I was here, like I was back at home and like going to Purdue. I think I was probably at Purdue for maybe 3 days straight at one point. I was in and out a lot. And like throughout the whole process, like the coaches are checking in on me, my teammates are checking in on me. Like it just never like I never felt like out of the loop. And then like, when he passed and stuff like that, and then the team, took a coach bus down here like to his funeral. Like that was like all I don't know, like my words couldn't describe like what that meant to me and let alone my mom. So it was like going to war for these guys, like it was just like a necessity, like I had to do it because they were there for me at my darkest moments. So I feel like I have to be there for them through thick and thin, like for life, like always. So I don't know. It's just that's something like I'll never forget in my life, ever, ever.
I mean, it truly was a special season. Hearing you talk about it, hearing anybody talk about it, honestly, even Purdue fans that we speak to, they talk about how to this day, and probably we'll talk about that season for a long, long time, to be honest with you. While on the topic of that season, I got to ask you, Lance, if your Purdue team, the team that you were on, played today's Purdue team,
Yes,
40-minute game,
yes,
wins.
my team.
Your team is it close? Is it, or you know what I'm saying, you running away with it? Is it close in the first half, close in the first 20, or what's the game plan?
I think it'll be a grinded out one. Senior year, point guard Braden, sophomore year Braden, two hell of good players, like two really good players. Um, Zach Edey.
I don't know. See, I feel like what
That Edie fella. Yeah.
what you're taking here is you're taking a younger me, a younger Fletch, and a younger Trey compared to who we are now.
Was really good younger. Fletch was really good younger.
Tell you what, I'm not saying I think we're better now than what we were then. I
And
think if we were where we are now, where we were our sophomore year, we would have won the national championship.
yeah, but I think we beat you guys convincingly.
Yeah, no, I think you guys still win. I say you guys. Jesus, I'm on both teams.
I was about to say, Brady, you come out a winner.
Yeah, I'm a winner no matter what.
Yeah,
But
I think convincingly we beat them. I think
What's the talk me schematics? Because these are both number one teams. You guys were number one basically that entire season with Lance, and you came into this season number one. It's not going to be a surprise at all if you get back to the number one ranking at some point. So I think this is closer than people would think necessarily on paper. Like, is it literally just the Zach Edey problem in the middle that gives that team the answer?
gonna have his 30 and 15. Braden's gonna have, I say, 12 and 15 assists to me, Fletcher, and Zach. Trey's gonna, do his little dirty work down there after Zach. Me, Fletch can combine for 12 to 15. I mean, not combine, but each have 12 to 15. I don't know. I think we win by 12 to 20 points. That's what I think. I think Braden flirts with a triple double.
I'm not picking size G. You can if you want.
I think Braden flirts with a triple double like he usually does because he steals rebounds from Zach.
What is senior Braden?
I help Zach.
I was gonna say he tried to slip in that steals rebounds from Zach. He really tried to slip that in at the end there.
No one else wanted to rebound that year because Lance just goes like this.
Yeah, I didn't rebound. Like how Braden said in the beginning.
3-point line. I'm like, okay, well, we keep getting yelled at for not rebounding, so at least somebody's got to go do it. And they have 2 or 3 guys on Zach boxing him out. So I'm like, all right.
How you said that you were always in the red in the beginning? Yeah, I was in the red 39 of 39 games that we played.
On box outs?
39 out of 39 games.
It's like just a little backstory of the paper. So like we count our box outs. So it's like you just have to like look back and just like go take a couple steps to him. Like that's really all you have to do. But like Lance just is.
And I'm gone. Zach can rebound or Braden's can rebound.
Listen, Edie was down there. Braden was going down there. Also, like 39 for 39 got y'all to the championship game. If it hurt y'all, then maybe
that's what he says every
got
time.
Us there, didn't it?
That's what he says every time. And then we also have like a safety, jammer, and rebound. So the jammer is obviously the guy who picks up the ball. You got to get to the nail, so the free throw line every time. And if you don't, then obviously you get marked. And then safety is the one that's getting back. So it's normally like Fletch if he's not shooting it, or sometimes me if I'm not jamming. And then there's obviously rebounding. So like everybody has like a specific job. So that's also green, yellow, or red as well. And I think he may have been yellow or red on that.
Double red, 39 out of 39 times.
It's called consistency special.
All right. All right. I feel like you guys are 2K guys, I believe. I think we might need somebody to like create the 2 Purdue teams and simulate this to see what happens. Because in my head, I'm trying to envision Oscar and DJ trying to handle prime Zach Edey. I'm also trying to envision senior Braden Smith, forearm tap, beard and all, versus sophomore Braden Smith. I think that's a little bit bigger of a mismatch than you're making it out to be, Braden.
I don't know. I really don't know. Like,
I
and
think I'll get Braden going. I'll get him going for sure. I'll get him.
Braden would be so damn mean to younger Braden.
I think I honestly would bully younger
You
Braden.
would bully younger Braden, you
I
know.
wouldn't let it happen. I wouldn't let it happen. Happen.
Yeah, I was gonna say Lance would be guarding senior Braden. It wouldn't even be sophomore Braden guarding Braden.
Wouldn't let it happen. I'll definitely leave a game with a tech or something for sure. For sure.
That's unbelievable.
Hey, we didn't get a response from YouTube.
Ooh.
Carton, who do you guys got?
Mm,
I need an answer. I need to see what you guys think so we can even this out.
we're trying to avoid that one. That's a good catch.
I know. I'm making sure we got to get this going.
We really could have just got to the questions and completely dodged this.
Is it Paint's coaching both, and this is
Yeah.
like full blown coaching staff and all?
But you got to keep in mind, I think Terry was our offensive coach sophomore year, wasn't he?
No,
Lance?
PJ.
He was.
Yeah,
So it was just my freshman year then.
yeah.
That's young PJ versus year 3 PJ.
Young PJ versus year 3 PJ.
I don't know, man. I think this year,
Whiteboard ain't have the war stripes it's got now.
with all due respect to 2 years ago, I think this year's team is deeper. I think this year's team. I mean, you were deep that year too, but I like the bench from this year's team. I think you got 2 5s. I think you got 3 2s, and it's. I mean, you're still playing through the same big three.
No retreat for Trey on that Edie team. That was pre-retreat.
But in the heat of the moment, Paint sticks with his people.
It's true.
Sure. Is the game in Mackey?
Let's go neutral. Let's go neutral. Let's just. Oh,
It might change my answer. It might change my answer.
I'm rocking with current Braden because I have a pod with current Braden.
We went undefeated non-con. Just if that, we went undefeated non-conference.
I'm rocking with Lance because I was Lance's biggest hater, and he had me.
Okay.
I got to, man. Like I was getting people letting me have it for my Lance Jones take. So I'm gonna go ahead and go. I'm gonna rock with Lance's team.
You weren't the only one. When I committed, I got a screenshot of some quote unquote Purdue fans that were giving me stuff. So
thank you, Purdue fans. I love you so much for making sure that got into the right hands. You guys are so special.
We made it full circle, boys. You know what? I'm going to pull rank here. We're not even going to do the Q&A to close this episode because we already held these guys 10 minutes past when we told them that we would. So next episode, we will get back to fan questions. Lance, this was awesome. I think this is our best episode yet. I appreciate you so much. It was really fun covering you and your growth 2 years ago. And like I said, being able to look you in the eyes and after all the times we dissed you to get to this moment is pretty cool for us. So congratulations on all your success. Thank you so much for being here. By the way, Lance, can you give the people a life update? I know you're still coming to Mackey quite a bit, but where can people find Lance Jones these days?
you can definitely find me in Mackey a lot this year. I'm thinking about coming back, getting my master's and being a GA.
Hey,
Lance on the staff?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Young Peach. All right, so you're gonna turn around from the all reds for 39 games straight to just flipping that and being like, you know what? Don't be like me, y'all. Go box out.
Yeah, exactly.
Greeting everybody.
Yeah, I'm gonna be doing the grading, seeing who's doing their job or not. But yeah, that's my little life update, man. I'm just enjoying it day by day, supporting my boys as much as I can. I'll be at Purdue games as much as I can. So that's a little life update.
Appreciate it. All right, Braden, take us home.
Yeah, no, I mean, like I always say, thank you guys for obviously taking the time to do this, and Lance, thank you. Obviously we have a pretty awesome relationship, so I appreciate you taking the time to do this, especially after they hated on you when you got here. So, so I appreciate that. It's not easy to do, but no, but all seriousness, thank you.
You can
All right, thanks, guys. We'll be back next week, everybody. Thanks for listening.